we go. All right. This should all be working now. So if I just copy this. Let's see. Should all be working now. I just copy this. Nice, okay. Just figuring out the audio balance for things right now. Give me a second. That should be pretty good for audio stuff, I think. If I just send this in the channel here. There we go. Let's just hang out for a minute and see if people show up at all, and then we can get started. So for reference, this is what we are trying to recreate. Pretty straightforward. Put this over to my other monitor. There we go. Hello, how's it going? I'm gonna say Ninfa? Ninfa? I don't know how else you pronounce that, so I'm just gonna roll with Ninfa. Alright, so this is the link that I was sent to try and recreate in Python. It's written in JavaScript currently, but I basically just want to try and make this again. I'm pretty good. I think there's about a minute and a half, no, not that long. I think it's like a 30-second, 45-second delay, so it's kind of hard to have a chat conversation. YouTube streaming, though, it's just like that. Oh, you're okay. Cool. Welcome. Alright, let's see. Well, since we're getting started then, I created this folder, so I guess I'll just pull up, let's call it bartender, and I'll actually open this in my editor. it's still loading. Okay. There it goes. I'll create a new file. I'll call it main.py. We'll say import Discord from discord.extensions. Import commands. Oh shoot, I forget what this command needs to have. I want to say it looks like this. Is that, or is it bot? Is it CTX? I think it's CTX bot. I really should have the documentation up for this. I should be able to get it right here. Command prefix. My audio's a little low? Alright, let me turn that up then. Let me adjust my mic too so it's a little closer to my face. How's this? Is this better? Just let me know if this is good. I haven't set up the audio balancing. I'm used to streaming to Twitch, and so I have all my settings set up for Twitch, but then I haven't done any setup for the YouTube streaming yet. Hello. Much better? Alright, cool. Thanks for pointing that out. Okay, so command prefix, we can set it dynamically using a command, but I don't think we actually need to in this situation. So I'm actually just gonna, we'll just make it exclamation mark for the sake of simplicity. Let's call it that for whatever. Alright, cool. Glad I could get that fixed. And then it's ignore case equals true, I believe. Probably been a good idea to have like an example or setup or something. Anyways, we can say I think I have a oh, that's supposed to be an equal sign. I don't know why I put a period there. So I believe I have an environment variable set up called placeholder that has my like testing bots token set up in it. So I think I'm gonna use that. Say bot dot, you know, I'm not even gonna bother with the whole log channel and whatnot. We're just gonna jump right into it. Say, I am gonna create a folder here and we're gonna call it cogs. So this is something I haven't actually released a video on yet. It's what the current one I'm editing is. It's how to create like multi-file systems, but we're gonna go ahead and create one right away. Bartender, of course. That makes perfect sense. Here we're gonna say import Discord. We're gonna create a new class. We're gonna call it bartender. Again, can't spell. Love to see it. And this is going to inherit from commands.cog, and its name is going to be bartender. And we're going to define the init. So the init function, to kind of explain a little bit, we have the bartender class, and the bartender class is going to inherit from, it's going to be basically of a type that's called commands.cog, which is what we're creating. It's a cog. And it's going to have a name bartender. Whenever you create this class, it's going to automatically call the init function, which will automatically have a self. Self just refers to the class itself, of course. But then we are also going to pass in the bot, so we can say self.bot equals bot. And down here we can define another function called setup bot, and this is where we're actually going to say bot.add cog typing is hard. And we're gonna add bartender, and it's going to be passed to the bot variable. So now what we can do in here is we can say extensions. I am struggling with spelling. We're going to create a list, and it's going to say cogs.bartender. So this is going to reference the cogs folder and the bartender file. And we're going to say for extension and extensions bot dot or load extension is the one. Load extension. So this is going to loop through every extension we have in this list, even though there's only one there currently. What keyboard am I using? I believe this is a Corsair K70 Lux, I want to say. With Cherry MX Brown switches. Nothing too fancy. I'm going to be doing a full custom keyboard build pretty soon, I think, hopefully. That's the plan, at least. I'm going to be moving to like an actual house here in a little bit. And maybe I'll do like a desk setup tour or something. Kind of explain my setup for what I do. Alright. And I'll probably end up using a face cam at some point too, because I have one for when I do Twitch streaming, but I'm just not feeling it right now because I feel like being able to show all the code is more important. Plus, my hair is really long and I look really weird, just because I haven't had it cut in so long. Let's say at bot.event, async def on ready. Some string formatting here. You just say bot.user. This should hopefully do a thing. Say bot.run, bot.token, bot equals true. I'm actually going to create another file, which is going to call start.bat. We're going to say loop python main.py timeout. Oh goodness, backslash, is it forward slash? I think it's forward slash T5. I could be wrong about that. We'll figure it out. We'll go to loop. I'll hit pause at the end. So now what I should be able to do is open up that folder and just double click this. Init missing one required positional argument. Oh, command prefix, right. This is not just prefix. Command prefix. It's going to go ahead and restart itself. OS is not defined. I forgot to import the OS module. This is the normal process when you're programming, is you're pretty much always going to have to do tons of bug testing as you do things. Oh, bot has no attribute ID. Ah, bot.user.id should work then. We're going to go ahead and make it restart. There you go, connected to my Discord bot. Let me see if I have somewhere where I can actually show this. Yeah, you know what? We'll add a simple log channel just so I can do things. I can say embed equals discord.embed. Say title equals bot online. Say color discord.color.from RGB. And I'll just say, well, let's just go with white, because why not? timestamp datetime.datetime.now datetime.timezone.utc. And we also need to import datetime if we're going to do that. I like to keep the, so the reason I'm separating these out is because these are all built-in packages that Python has. And then these are packages that we've installed specifically for this. And then if we had these, I would create another section here, and this would be for any files that I'm importing locally from this system. But I'm not importing anything from within the system, so I don't need a third import section. Anyways, the bots, that's the wrong one. I have a bunch of other programs running in the background right now. So the bot's online. If I make it restart here, we should see that it actually sends a message. Oh, I forgot to channel equals bot.get channel, or no. Can I, is it get channel? Yeah, get channel's a thing. I'm being dumb. Get channel, and then I'll go ahead. I have this server where I do all my testing bits. And I'll just go ahead and slap this ID in right here. We'll say await channel dot send embed equals embed. And okay, if I restart again, yep, there it is, bot online. So that's working nicely. I don't know why the color's not showing up right. It's a bit strange. Huh. That is the thing, right? Discord dot color dot from RGB. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the right thing. Let's go check the documentation, see what that says. API reference. Should be a color object in here somewhere. There it is. From RGB, yeah, so that should be working. Okay. Okay, thank you, Malwarebytes. Alright, well, it's probably fine. Let's head back over to our cog. And here we can say at commands.command, say name. At this point, we're going to need to start looking at the former bot that we're trying to replicate here. Okay, let's do some of these things actually. So when they log, oh, they give a little bit of information when they log in. That's just not necessary. That's entirely our choice. This one we can definitely do though. So we can actually go back into here and go back to our onReady. We can say game equals discord.game. And actually, I'm going to go pull up the reference for this. We can say name. Oh, okay, well, that's easy enough. Oh, wait, shoot. I need to do discord.activity. I should be able to pass in. No, am I going crazy? I forget exactly how to do this. Well, when in doubt, look it up. That's how it always goes. There you go. Oh, that's what it was. Game equals discord.game. I knew there was something I was missing there. bot, or I guess a length of bot.guilds. This will tell us how many servers the bot is in. And you can say guilds. I can say help, and then I can say await bot.change presence game equals game. I believe I can say status equals discord dot status dot available. Does that seem right? Available apparently is a thing. Where is that? That's unrelated. Ah, there it is. Game streaming activity. Da, da, da. Oh, okay. Well, in that case, we'll just say they're playing something then. Huh. So it's always game or streaming. Yeah, well, maybe we should just say Discord.custom activity. Yeah, let's try this. I've never played with this one. Discord.custom activity, and it says that name is that, and then we can set the type. So could I say type equals watching? And I can just get rid of serving. Actually, I guess serving is more appropriate since we're making a bartender bot, essentially. Let's see if this functions at all. Do a quick restart here. Oh, actually it might break because of this. Yeah. Oh, I guess we should say in the init we need to add a print statement that says just so I can keep track of when this actually works. I uploaded the bartender cog, and yeah, okay, I spelled presence wrong. Sick. You love to see it. Why did I change presence? Let's check the docs for change presence. Activity is going to be that. Okay. We can also look for discord.status. Online, offline, da, 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 da. Okay, well, we'll just let it be online. We don't need to change that. Say activity equals, and we'll actually just rename this because why not? Then we'll say status equals discord.status.online. We didn't need to specify that, but I'm going to just for the heck of it. Try restarting one more time. Ooh, let's see if it worked. It does not seem to have worked. Huh. Okay, I think this type thing probably made it freak out. Docs. This for compatibility, yep, okay. Wow. I don't think I actually am supposed to be setting that. So we're just gonna let that just exist and we'll see what happens now. Oh, for reference, this is what I'm looking at. It didn't do anything. There's nothing showing here. Why is it not setting the status? I'm very confused. Alright, we can just set it to game. That's fine. Is this what it looks like? This is driving me nuts. I'm gonna have to like pull up another bot somewhere just to look at this. How did I do it in the tutorial series I'm doing? That's a good example. That's what I usually use. It's hard doing it all from memory. Where is it? There it is. It was activity equals game. Okay, well, good to know. That's how I did it. Not going completely crazy. I literally did exactly that, didn't I? Yeah, wait, bot.change presence. Okay, well, if this doesn't work, I don't know what's going on. I guess we'll go ahead and add the serving back. Alright, so now we have this all working, we actually get to work on the cog. So we can say name. Oh, I guess never mind, because we were looking at what they were doing, right? So they set the presence, which we have now set. Here in Discord, you can see playing 2 guilds, just because this bot happens to be in 2 guilds. On guild create, this means this is triggered when the bot joins a guild. And we can actually go ahead. Maybe we'll do it in another cog actually. File, and we'll say listeners.py. Import Discord from discord.ext, import commands. I'm just repeating the same thing we did for the other one right now. Alright, so this will add the cog, and we can say at commands dot cog dot listener. say async def on guild create. Is that right? Let's check out the API reference again. Or is it on guild join that they use in this one? Yeah, on guild join. On guilds join. And it is just self guild, right? Yeah, okay. So we can say, if we go back to main here, we can actually grab this. We have to use self.bot now because we're inside of a cog. And we can say same thing, but on guild remove, was it called that I just saw? On guild remove, yep. Okay, well, this should, in theory, if I add it to our list here. Oh, let me rename the file actually so it's lowercase, just so we can match the naming schemes here. Oh man, I gotta add a comma. Alright, so if I restart this now, cogs.listener could not be loaded. Why not? Ah, listeners. That would do it. Oh. Somehow forgot to make this into a string. Bot equals bot. Missed that part too. Alright, so it's online. So what I should be able to do now is in Discord, actually, if I, yeah, we can actually do it this way. So if I say copy ID, jump back into here, bot auth, and I paste in the ID right here. And I accidentally uncopied it. I can invite this to my server, and then I'll invite it to, I have a lot of servers, dang. Tutorial server. Authorize. Check. And now back in Discord, it updated itself to 3 guilds, and over in the tutorial server, there it is, it joined. Or, there it is. Now if I were to kick it from this, we should see that if we go back to the other server, it should update back to 2. That's the wrong server. That's also the wrong server. Where did I... This one, yeah. Yeah, serving 2 guilds. There we go. That's working nicely. So that's the entire updating of that system. Now we can start working on the actual commands, I think, hopefully. Oh, they have an on-message system? Oh, that's how they're doing. Oh, that's disgusting. Oh, this is a really scuffed way of doing it. Okay, we're not doing this. We're gonna do this differently. Yeah. This is okay. So we'll say command's not command. Let's see, what's the first command in there? The help command. That one will happen automatically. We don't need to mess with the help command. Sure, we'll do the coffee command. Message.content equals, so we can say name is going to be coffee. Description, or not description, help is going to be that's what they did, right? Yeah, something like this. Brief is going to be none. That doesn't even matter for this. We're gonna call it get coffee just for the heck of it. say and we'll actually import the random module. I can tell it to pick between. Interesting. So they have, I bet, inside of this image folder, yeah, they have 5 different things for basically every single drink. Interesting. I'm probably just gonna end up downloading these and using them, but for now, just for building our system out, we can get coffee 1 through 5. So random it 1 to 5, I think it is. Let's test that real quick. It'd help if I could spell random. Yep, seems legit. Good enough. All right, so this will give us a number between 1 and 5. Say file equals discord.file. So this is how we actually go about uploading a file to Discord in a message. So we say file equals discord.file. And this actually, it should be in the FAQ actually on here because people get asked about it so much. It's ridiculous. Frequently asked questions. How do I send an image in an embedded message? How do I use a local image file for an embed message? It's a very, very common thing. But yes, this is all it is. So we can say the file, and we'll actually pick /images/ actually, I probably should make this a f string so I can actually format it. Images coffee num.jpg file name. Is that right? Yeah. Equals coffee.jpg. That's our file, and now we can say embed equals discord.embed. Yeah. I can say embed.set image 0 equals attachment, and it's going to be coffee.jpg. It's not plural files, just single file. Okay. And then we can actually go back over here and check on what they did exactly again. Oh, I see what they did. Okay. Interesting. Huh. Can you make a Discord bot? Probably not today, but I'm planning on doing these kinds of streams more often. If you join the Discord server that I have linked, you should be able to see words. If you're in the Discord server, I have a channel where you could request to have one made another time. Those are the words I was looking for. Alright, well here's what we can do then. We can say, please wait while I prepare your coffee. And then, how long did they sleep for? 150 seconds? Interesting. Or is that 15 seconds? I think it's milliseconds, so I think it's 15 seconds. All right, we can wait 15 seconds. Oh, in the video requests channel. I'm not gonna do anything crazy complicated, so I'll let you know in that channel whether or not it's something I might look into doing. I'm not looking to do a 4-hour stream while I program a full massive bot. I'll be honest. That's something I'd have to like get paid to do, and I already have a job that I'm working on right now, so yeah. Okay. What's the coffee emote? If you guys are figuring out a way to actually get emotes, like for example, I say coffee, and then I add a backslash in front of it, it'll give you the Unicode format that you can actually copy and paste directly into an editor somewhere. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna change this up a little bit because I'm getting tired of writing this every time. Yeah, if you just drop a message in the video request channel, I'll send a ping whenever I'm doing it. It'll probably be around this time of day, because it's kind of before I get going with actual work for the day. Oh, okay, editor, hello. Say, message equals await ctx.send. Sleep for 15 seconds. Await message dot edit. And actually, I bet you that in this case, I'm gonna have to send the file in the first image. I don't know. We'll try this and see what happens. The file won't show up here, but it's there. Hopefully, I don't know. We'll see. But that should mean that our coffee command is functioning. Oh no, let's find out. We'll go ahead and restart. Bots online. So if I do a quick help, see, there's the coffee command. Oh, they got an error. What is going on here? No such file. Right, I forgot to actually get the file. Brilliant. And I actually created that as a file. The one I'm making right now is something completely random. It doesn't cost anything. I'm just playing around with it. This isn't a paid gig. It's just me playing around. This is a bot that's written in JavaScript, and I'm just recreating it in Python. I'm actually gonna have to see what's the easiest way to do this. Probably just to clone it. editor, and I should have, yep, all the things. So I can actually take all of these, go ahead and copy them. I can come into a images folder, paste them all in. There we go. So now if we try again, it should actually work. Oh yeah, but not for this. This is different. No such file ./images/coffee4.jpg. I'm pretty sure there is though. I am working on a project I'm not supposed to be talking about much. Oh, I put it in the cogs folder. That's why. That would cause the problem. Oh, well, it just sent the image. Ha! That defeats the purpose. Alright, let's see what happens when it edits it here in a second. I probably should have decreased the timer just for testing. Or is it just going to throw an error? Anyways, how about this? Oh, async.io is not found, right. The sleep didn't actually happen. We forgot to import async.io. Alright. Whoa, not what I meant to do. Ah, come back. Alright, let's see if this breaks. No errors yet. Just waiting for it to do its thing. Oh, object of type file is not JSON serializable. But it just... Okay, well, we're gonna have to try something else then. Await ctx.send. We're gonna have to delete the old message and just send a new one. Have made any websites? Yes, but not extensively. Most of the time for website stuff, it's just like to add some very basic functionality. I do a lot of back-end website stuff. I really have no experience with front end though. I can't make it look pretty. Don't just ping me in the server, in the channel. I'm not going to make it during this stream. So if you leave a message there talking about what the actual bot you want me to make is, I'll make the bot on stream. And then I'll send the code. Okay, the bot should be online actually. This one. There is, but there's nothing on it. Like, there's nothing to check, dude. It's not good. I don't, like, make websites. That's not my thing. I make software. I engineer. Which means I make backends of websites. The functionality, not the actual front end that you see when you go to a website. And even then, I prefer not to do web development most of the time. There it goes. Alright, so we have coffee now. And if I do it again... let me change this to like a 5-second cooldown just for the heck of... just for the sake of my sanity. I'm not sending you any of my websites, dude. Like, there's nothing to see. This is the only thing I actually have online right now, and it requires you to log in. And I'm not gonna do that. Did I restart it already? I think I did. Should only have to wait 5 seconds now. Yeah, way better. Alright, so there's our coffee done. And now if we were to go and... so let's see what other ones they are using. We did coffee. From now on it gets pretty easy. We get to just copy things. Dude, everyone has potential. If you're interested in it, just try and find a way to learn it. It's just easy. Or not easy, but it's just a matter of perseverance. Like I'm entirely self-taught. I started like 6 years ago when my dad said, hey, you should learn to code, and just for the heck of it. And so I like just went, and I think I started with some like learn how to use Python to place blocks in Minecraft or some random tutorial book that I just kind of sat down and played with. And then I got interested in it, and then I found Discord, and then I started playing with Discord bots. And trust me, this stuff was really, really terrible before. Well, if you're too lazy, that's not potential. That's very different, my friend. That's just you being lazy. I don't know what this whole oh, I guess they add reactions to it. Do they do anything with those reactions? No, they don't even do anything with the reactions. Alright, well. We'll go ahead and add them anyways, I guess. You can say message is going to be this. Await message, add reaction. And then I'm actually going to go ahead and go say thumbs up, thumbs down, or, oh, thumbs down is all one word. So I can copy the Unicode format. We'll do another quick restart. And once the bot says it's online, there we go. There you go, and we got our reactions added. Gotcha. Hey, web development's so technically web development for front end, like HTML and CSS isn't technically programming. It's called a markup language because it's all just being interpreted visually. But it's very, very profitable if you get decent at it. Front-end developers get paid a lot of money to do like real development. I know people who get paid like $300 per page they make on a website. Like, and that's just freelance work. Anyway, so what's the next command we need to do? did coffee, let's do beer. Okay, well, it's going to be almost exactly the same thing. We'll just paste it in. I guess we'll just say order a beer. Sure, why not? Absolutely. And they used a... Actually, I can just copy it from here. A beer emoji. It'll take some time. It's like you'll have to actually be a little bit committed to it. But here's my recommendation. This is kind of how I got started with programming in general, is find something that's interesting that you want to make. Find a reason to make something. Give yourself a goal, like a project to work on. Like, for example, when I first started like doing a little bit of web development, is because my mother started a small business and I wanted to make her a website. Something like that. Something that gives you a goal to shoot for. It doesn't have to be important for someone else either. It can be like, it'd be really cool to make a web page that I can do this on. And so then once you've kind of set that goal in mind, just start doing Google searches, figure out how to make it happen, and then just try and push for it. And then if you do that a few times, you'll start to recognize patterns. You'll start to be able to figure things out, and you'll start to realize that like they're all the ways everything works, and they're all connected. And if you keep sticking with that, eventually you'll end up kind of like where I'm at now, where I'm getting hired for professional development jobs with zero, like I've never received a single instruction from anyone else other than myself on how to program, and I'm getting hired for professional software engineering work. Okay, let's see. Change that. Yeah, so this should be done now. I literally just changed those few things, and now the beer command should also be working. If I do another quick restart, jump over into Discord, should be able to say beer. There it is. It's worth it, especially if I'm not asking for your age or anything, but if you're younger, like in high school or early college years, or even older, to be honest, like at any age, it's an amazing skill to have, and to be able to mentally, the most important skill, in my opinion, that you learn doing it is how to mentally organize your thoughts into a system that makes sense for you. Because by learning it yourself, you figure out exactly what process for building a program works for you, and you can apply that to a lot more than other things. Like when I have a math class, for example, it helps me to understand math by organizing it as though it were a coding program. And sometimes I'll solve math problems by writing code for it because it just makes more sense to me that way. That's like a super nerdy thing to say, but yeah. So now that we've kind of built up these two, we can kind of see how every single command is going to be the same. So here's what I'm actually going to try. Is we're actually going to change things up a little bit. Oh, there's a couple ways we could do this. So if we take out the emoji, what we can do is we can take an argument to this that can be, like, we can call it type, for example. And we can make this type. We can make this type. Oh, I have to make it an F string though, to actually format it. Basically, we want to try and make one command that can handle all of that. Make this an F string. So now if we take in a type, I'm going to change the name to be, I don't know, just a D or something. However, now we have to give it a list of valid items. We need to do a little bit of error checking. But for example, what I should be able to do now is if I say, if I restart again, just to do a quick test to make sure I got the idea right. Because if you notice over here, they have, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 different things you can order with the bartender. I put order in air quotes there, but you guys can't see my hands. I don't want to copy and paste this 18 times. That seems redundant. I want to find a way to condense it into a single thing. So this is one way we could do that now that I've restarted this. If we come into Discord, I could say, yeah, exclamation mark D, and I could say beer, for example. Okay, exclamation mark D. What was one of the other ones they did? Popcorn, sure, we'll do popcorn. And even though we've never touched popcorn ones before, it should now work. Our problem comes when I do something that's completely random like this, because then it tries to reference an image from our folder in here. It'll try to pull an image for Azjubza, but that doesn't exist because we don't have any files for that. So it's just going to cause an error. So we need to find a way to prevent it for if they order something that's not on the menu, essentially. So that's one way we could do this. And basically what I could then do is hard code a list of things you can order, which would work. But for the sake of preserving a little bit of the original functionality, I think I'm going to change this up a little bit even more. I'm going to create a function called getItem, and we're going to pass it ctx. We're going to actually define it as an asynchronous function. ctx and item. And then in here, we can copy basically all of this, ctx, item, and emoji. And we actually say, here's that, and we actually put the emoji in here as well. And now we can change this back to beer. Order a beer. So now this will actually do almost exactly the same thing, but what we'll just say is we'll say await self.getItem, and we'll pass it ctx, type, and in this case we want the beer emoji. So we'll go ahead and copy that, and we can just paste it in right here. And now this should also do the same thing. And what this means is that we can take basically the same thing right here and paste it in here. I wanted to save this. Oh wait, type's not a thing anymore. Type's just gonna be beer. All right, so this should now, let's change this to type, because this is what we called it. So now if I were to use this system, this prevents us from entering in something random like this, because every item still has its own command on the list. So this is probably the better way of running this. Okay, so it's online, so I can say help. So you can see we have specifically beer and coffee. If I do beer, oh, it broke. What broke about it? GetItem takes 3 positional arguments, but 4 were given. Ah, I forgot to include the self at the beginning, because every function inside of a class needs to have self as the first argument, because it's referencing itself, of course. And that way I can actually pull out the self.bot from the self up here. That's an important step for anything in a class. All right, we're gonna try this again. Online, coffee, beer. It's gonna prepare both of those for me. 5 seconds later, There's coffee, and there's beer. Very nice. So this system works, and now what we can do is we can literally just copy this, and let's see, what's the next item on the list after beer? After beer, we have whiskey, Manhattan, and martini. So we can just paste it in. Now we can say whiskey, wiki, of course. What is the emoji they used for this? This one, which we can just copy and paste in right here. And then we have the Manhattan, and then a martini. And these both use the same image, of course. Yeah, so if we do, what was I thinking? Oh yeah, I need to change the types. And we can just repeat the same process going all the way down the list. So we could say margarita, mojito, Bloody Mary. I probably didn't spell that right. Yeah, there's no H. I always feel like there's an H for some reason. Unless they spelled it wrong too. Who knows? And that and mojito also have the same icon. Okay. Wait, why did I do that? I'm going crazy. The last one is a Bloody Mary, which has its own icon. And for this one, because we actually have a hyphenated word, we're going to add in some aliases for it. Like bloody, all one word, and maybe we'll say Mary. You can't add spaces in command names, unfortunately. It'd be a little weird. The way their system does it, they have a very, very janky setup. You should never do anything like that. Oh, what are the image names for Bloody Mary? Oh, it's BM, okay. Oh, that throws a wrench in things. Say image is going to equal BM. Okay, well, it doesn't want to show me the images, so that's nice. Interesting. Well, we'll see which one of them breaks it. But down here we can say image equals none. We can say if not image. Image is going to equal type. So if we don't give it the image argument directly, it's gonna just set the image to type, and so we can change these to image now. Actually, we'll leave that at type. So it's literally just this has to change. All right, so let's give this a test. And I guess we'll go ahead and say, we'll add BM as an alias then to that. Oh, yep, there you go, just preparing it. Let's see if it gets this part right. Oh, it didn't send it in the actual embedded message. Why did that happen? Maybe we will just use image then? Strange. Why did that happen? I'm very confused. I said don't ping me, you fool. Okay, anyways, that's online. Oh, there's other random testing. This one's being weird. Oh, there we go. Sweet. So yeah, this should also work for like Mojito now and Margarita. Right? No? Nope. Did I? Ah, aha. Oh, I found the issue. I forgot to change the actual function names. So every time I was adding one of these commands, it was just overwriting the previous command because they all have the same function names. And I guess I'll just change this to get VM. All right. So now if I were to restart, it would show all that. But real quick, one thing I want to change is I want to say await ctx.send typing. I think that's right. Let me check the documentation real quick. Will I delete it? No. Why would I delete it? Ah, trigger typing. That's the one. And then after we do this, I can say this. All right, now we'll try restart. And this will give a little bit more feedback for a user, just so they can kind of see things. No, I'm planning on just leaving this. I probably won't go much longer than another 5-10 minutes, though. We'll see. Discord. Yep, there they are. Yep, it's typing. So that's a good sign. And there it is. So basically, you would literally just take this function and repeat it for any of these other types. So I guess I might as well go through and just wrap it up by finishing all those. So after Bloody Mary, Mai Tai, tequila, vodka. Ah, that's what the MT is among the image list. I saw one in here that's like MT and I was really confused. And the image for this one's going to be MT. And does this have its own? Oh, these are all going to use this one. Okay. That's fine. And I accidentally copied that instead of pasting. next is tequila and vodka. Well, those ones are easy. Then we've got old-fashioned chips and breadsticks. Then we have chips and breadsticks. What emotes do those use? I don't know, we're just gonna roll with it. Chips. Do they have a breadsticks? Ah, they called it BS. Okay, wonderful. I guess we'll add aliases equals BS. Whoa, not that. And we have crackers and peanuts and popcorn. Popcorn has its own emoji. Why do you not use that? Pretty sure popcorn does at least. Wait, crackers and peanuts, right? Yeah. Let me copy this one. Pretty sure peanuts have their own image. Yeah. Both peanuts and popcorn do. We're almost done. Oh, that is the popcorn emote. It just looks so weird like this. Okay, I didn't realize. Interesting. Oh, peanuts have their own emote though. Okay, after popcorn, we have rum, and that's it. Rum goes back to this kind of whiskey looking thing. Oh, why are you here? Do we want to do these things? Okay, well, we could do server and invite. Those both seem valid. Actually, I don't know about server. We can do invite to invite the bot to your server. That seems fun. I think we'll make a new cog for that though. I'm not gonna bother with this one. Actually, you know, I will. I gotta go add that to the other ones real quick. This one automatically gets called whenever you unload a cog. I'm just gonna go add that into the other ones real quick. So this might look like a lot right here in this file, just because of how many much repetitive stuff there is. But if you compare the length of this file to the length of this, it's a big difference in terms of cleaning things up. So anyways, inside of general, we can now say, actually let's find the setup function. What is it called? Invite. And then bot auth. What do we call the title? I'm actually going to change the permissions to match the way they've set up their permissions right here. Fortune, I'm actually curious what permission that is. If I do... Oh yeah, no idea, but this is the one. All I need is manage, wow, this is interesting. Manage messages. Wish I could tell what that integer meant. As long as it has manage messages, we're fine. Read message history. Add reactions. These are what it needs. All right. Well, this should work. Manage messages, send messages, read messages, Yeah, seems legit. And then if we go back to our code, change the permissions to that. I don't know if we really need anything else. We might as well add a listener. Commands.cog.listener. Basic def on message. This is just making sure that the author of the message is not a bot. Then we can say bed equals, or I could just say await message.channel send. I think it's reasonable. Oh, if message dot length of message dot mentions is greater than 0, and message dot mentions 0.id equals self.bot.id. This is checking to see if you at the bot, and then it'll send a response saying, how can I help you? And now in main, we need to add in cogs.general. And that should do it. Assuming I haven't messed something up and caused some error, which I'm sure I have, because if you do it right the first time, it's probably not working right. It's really, really rare that anything ever goes right the first time when programming stuff. All right, so it's online. If I do help, yep, but if I ping heroes tester, oh, that didn't do anything. What happened? Bot has no attribute ID. Ah, right. I forgot to do bot.user.id. Bot.user. All right, do another restart. You'll see there it printed that it unloaded everything. Okay, chill. So yeah, when we turned it off, it said it's unloaded everything, which means it's working properly. You. Hey, there you go. If you ping it, and then if I do invite, I did something wrong there too. Sick. What did I mess up? This is unnecessary. Another thing I want to add. Not really sure what went wrong here. This is an issue. Oh, wait, never mind. I did it again. Bot.user.id. I always forget this because it feels like I shouldn't have to do that. Alright, well, let's go ahead and restart it. What did I call it? Oh, it's just color. I did make that. I probably should put this listener in the listeners chat. That would make sense, huh? No, listener's cog, rather. I did do it right in here, though, correct? Something about that color. Yeah, okay, we're good. Ooh, I don't like that. Okay, well, we're gonna... Sure, we'll just roll with this. Good enough. Just changing up the formatting a little bit so that it's gonna not appear as showing the full link. It's gonna just show a hyperlinked text. By adding square brackets around your text and then parentheses around your actual link like this in a description field, this won't work in the title field, but in the description field, this will turn it into a hyperlink. By adding a URL field to your embed, it'll turn the entire title into a hyperlink with that URL. So you'll see right here, if I use invite, the URL of the title is set to this URL, and then we have our hyperlinked invite link here, even though they're both the same link. If I click on that, you'll see I get the invite to invite this to servers. Let's see, is there anything else I need to do? I think that's it. Yeah, this bot is technically finished. Normally I would go through, if I was like actually making this like professionally, I would go through and spend a lot more time cleaning things up, adding extra like support commands, adding like a restart command, stuff like that. And normally I would have started from a template that I have as well, not completely from scratch like I did for this. But it was quite fun to build it as is and just from scratch. Took an hour and a half or so. So it was a little bit over what I estimated, but I didn't think there were as many commands in here as I thought there were. If anyone's still watching, you guys got any questions before I sign off and go start actual work for the day? I'll give it a couple minutes because I know that there's a delay. I don't know if people are still around watching. And then I will also, I'll post this on GitHub, and I'll post probably a link to the GitHub and to something else, the actual video, like stream recording. Actually, why don't we go over that then? Let me make sure I'm not about to show something I don't want to. Oh, actually, here's what I can do. I can just say, new repository. And what'll we call this? And I gotta plug my stream. Come on now. I can't not plug my stream. Oh, hello. I don't need this whole view as subscriber thing. Yeah, we'll just leave it at this. Set it to public, and we will not initialize it with a README or a gitignore. Actually, we'll add it, we'll make all that ourselves. Create repository. So now what we can do is we can come to our project. We'll just leave it running. It's whatever. We can come in here, and I can say. Actually, you know what? Before we do that, let's come over to our thing, and we're going to create a new file. We're going to call it .gitignore. when Python runs things, it tends to create these PyCache folders, and they are completely unnecessary and have nothing important. So we are going to make sure that they never get pushed to GitHub by adding them to our gitignore here, right here. So this basically just will never show up on GitHub. And we're also going to create a README file. And we're going to go ahead and say Discord bartender. And then I suppose I could probably just, I'll have to check to see if this actually works, but in terms of the actual link itself. This song's a good song. Groovin'. Let's see, what did we use in this? We used Discord, and I think that's it. Yeah, okay. So we can actually go ahead and create a new file. We're going to call it requirements.txt, and this is literally just going to have discord.py. How does crap? Oh wait, shoot! I need to. README formatting's a bit weird. So I'm gonna say install Python, and I'm gonna say we could say run pip install, or you say open a I guess we'll go ahead and change this, and we'll say need to go back here. Where am I going? And we're going to pi. That should do it. Okay, we can copy the, no, whatever, good enough. This all seems pretty good. And then we'll actually add a license later on, but for now what we can do is we can come back to our here. We can say git init, say git add dot, say, and then I believe over here, we can just go ahead and copy this, paste it in, git remote add origin. Actually say git commit dash message initial commit. We can say git push dash u origin master. This is gonna do its thing. The images are gonna take a little bit to upload. Did I ever post an announcement? I did post an announcement. Okay, wasn't sure. Welcome. Oh, he joined our Discord. I didn't realize that you weren't already in here. Where was I? Right, this was running. Now it's done. Which means if I refresh here, ta-da! You can see we have our hyperlinks here. Probably should make this a commented out thing, but whatever. Yeah, actually, no, that's gonna bother me until I change that. Let's change this to have this. And now we can do it again. Git add dot git commit dash m updated readme git push. And now I fixed it. Okay, cool. Everything's there. Everything seems to make sense. I probably should add a license. Let's see. Add license template. Looking for the MIT license. There it is. Go ahead and copy here, and we can add a new file, which we're going to call license. Paste this in. It's going to be 2020. Basically what this license says is that anyone can use this for anything, but it's just good to have one. Well, that's not exactly what happened there, but all right. Well, that's a little awkward. Whatever. Not a big deal. Just a bad name for what the update I just made was. There it is. License. Yep, and now it knows I have the MIT license right here. Beautiful. Probably should actually change the README. Actually, no, it doesn't matter. They don't have to use the batch file. But there it is. So that's completely done now. We have GitHub posted. Everything's made. Everything's functional. Nobody's asked any questions for a bit, so I'm assuming that there aren't any that I have to deal with right now. Pretty cool. Everything seems to be working nicely. Oh yeah, and you'll notice on the GitHub, since I added the gitignore inside of cogs, there's no PyCache folder like there is here, which is nice. So yeah, we can go ahead and shut it down there. Everything seems to be working very nicely. Oh, people are talking about things. I missed that. I'll catch up on messages in a second here once I finish wrapping things up. There we go. Everything's been cleaned up. And on that note, finish stretching, and then I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. Hope you guys have enjoyed this one. It's a fun series. It was fun kind of getting to chat with people, and I'm hoping to do it again in the near future. So I will see you guys in the next one. Also, the video that I'm working on is almost finished uploading. It'll be episode 5 of the tutorial series, and I have the script written for episode 6. So I'll get those out to you guys as soon as possible. Anyways, hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy.